What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sisters. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sisters fans, hope you're all doing well. We're talking Sabrina and Jacobi in the episode. And no, this won't be a rant video about the finale in regards to how it was just stupid for the way Sabrina was acting. I might mention it a little bit, but it won't be the bulk of this actual video. So please take a moment to hit like. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. Hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And finally, make sure you hit subscribe. Everybody, please hit subscribe. If you are a frequent viewer of the channel, but you haven't done so, hit it. And just double check to make sure that you are a subscriber if you've been so for a while. YouTube, for one reason or another, has somehow, I don't know why, been unsubscribing people left and right. Also on Instagram, some people have been kicked off of there. I don't know what's going on with these platforms nowadays, but, just double check to make sure you're still part of the community we have here. So a lot of people have been coming up with these great thoughts and theories about no, not just this past finale, but for the past several weeks now. Some fans have been theorizing that Jacobi might be almost like a plant, an infiltrator, so to speak, a foreign species, if you will, in the bank, because we know he is an acquaintance of Alonzo, but some people think there's an ulterior motive there. Like, to be honest, for a while I was just hoping he was just a nice dude. It was just like, oh, we have a potential rival for with Calvin for Sabrina's affection, but at the same time it's like, oh, he knows Alonzo, and now we wonder whether or not he has ill intentions. And then just based off his dynamic with Maurice, he's been showing some Alonzo-like tendencies lately. But at the same time, it just seems like, okay, I do have to bring up the finale. It just feels like some things seem random and forced. Like when he pulled out that bag of weed or edibles, look, I don't know the correct terminology, but when he pulled out the drugs at Sabrina's place, I was like, this seems completely out of left field. I mean, it has been a while. I mean, if you go back to season 1, it feels like damn near every episode, one of the girls was pulling out a joint and they wanted a hit. And I'm like, damn, if it wasn't a joint, it was Danny's vape pen. I mean, it was Danny's pen. I forgot what it was called. Basically, where it has marijuana and all. I think the same kind of thing was used on House of Pain when Curtis and Ella got high. But yeah, it's like the pen or a joint, one or the other, or drinks, or why not all three? But yeah, and it just seems so weird to me that happened. I mean, we have Sabrina calling him, and then he invites himself over because, well, he apparently knows what's up. This is a booty call. And then, after a couple drinks, he starts making the moves on her. And I'm just like, okay. So the drugs just seem completely unnecessary, in my opinion. And this isn't me being anti marijuana or whatever. I don't do drugs. It's just a personal choice. I'm not here to do a PSA. I'm talking about in regards to him just pulling out the bag. I'm like, are you doing this to have a good time? I'm not going to lie. If I was in his position, just being with a beautiful woman like Sabrina, that would keep me high. I know that it sounds cheesy, but I'd be intoxicated enough by her beauty. I mean, I just don't get, again, I'm not downing anybody who does drugs. I'm just saying I don't get the appeal because, just being around a woman like that, I'd be content as it was. And, just being that close to an ebony goddess like Sabrina, I just don't know. It just felt like out of place. Now, the setup is some people are thinking, oh, what if Jacobi plants drugs on Sabrina when she gets to work? Or what if he files like sexual harassment or whatnot, despite the fact, there are cameras in the bank. So there should be multiple times where he's been shown to either do or say something that would obviously be identified as like sexual harassment. So, but then again, the show isn't always as intelligent as it should be in regards to solving issues like that. So, I mean, it could be a setup, but it just seems weird to me, you know? You could argue like, well, Jeremy, when Alonzo came into the bank, you know, it seemed like Jacobi was being friendly. Alonzo was still freaking out over the situation with Maurice. So obviously they know of each other, but they aren't bros like Jacobi claimed. But at the same time, that doesn't mean Alonzo and Jacobi couldn't have talked after that moment. You know, this could just be, hey, you know what, get some Maurice through through his friend Sabrina or whatever. So I don't know. That's a possibility, but I just feel like if that's the case, the finale did a poor job of establishing a setup, in my opinion, that is. You know, I feel like if nothing else, Jacoby's just there as a placeholder to show Sabrina what she thinks she wants in a man, you know, all tough, muscular, tattooed up. Mainly, she just wants a guy who's sweet, even though she's questionable about how sweet he is. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I just feel like I wanted Jacobi to be. Why is it so hard for shows like this or movies? Why not just have a decent guy be the rival? He doesn't have to be someone who turns out to be a complete asshole or whatever, not what the other person expected. Why not be a situation where Jacobi was just a straight up good dude and he just so happened to be maybe a little bit aggressive? I do feel like in recent episodes he's just been a bit too aggressive with Sabrina. And I just looking at her demeanor in the finale, she's definitely had that horny schoolgirl vibe. I mean, literally, apparently Jacobi's packing just based off, you know, the way it's been described. So it's like her saying, let's just lay in bed, but nothing's going to happen. That doesn't seem very likely to me. But I do feel like, why not have Jacobi be a good dude? Apparently checks off everything on Sabrina's list. But there's something missing, which is the, I guess you could say, the tenderness of Calvin. And it's just a matter of, okay, is this checklist the thing I really wanted in Jacobi? But am I able to get over my insecurities about Calvin because he's confident in who he is, even though I'm not sure? I feel like that would be a great way of showing, is Sabrina only going to define her relationship based off of a list, which Jacobi checks off? Or is she going to look deeper inside of herself in regards to, you know what, I don't need the approval or the second opinion of other people to a person like Calvin. I just need to realize my own self-worth. And like, if I love Calvin, then I love Calvin. And I'll leave it at that, regardless of what rumors are. So I think that Jacobi could have been made into a better character than he is now. I do feel like there have been some drastic moments where I feel like we've had out of character Jacobi, like, you know, in regards to him being a pseudo Alonzo towards Maurice. But to be fair, Maurice did antagonize him for most of the season. And then, you know, just the way he's being aggressive towards Sabrina, it just doesn't seem. It just seems like Tyler Perry. It's like somebody said in a podcast once. It's like, if Tyler Perry wants you to like a character, oh, he'll make them the sweetest person on earth. But if he wants you to dislike a character, he will make them irredeemably evil. So I hope that's not the case with Jacobi. But I do feel, you know, I don't think we need a Calvin Jacobi fight, because I'm pretty sure Jacobi would win that one. But we'll just see. Can you imagine a tag team of Jacobi and Alonzo versus Maurice and Calvin? Honestly, that would actually be a pretty cool fight. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Jacobi is potentially, I don't know, setting up Sabrina with the drugs, the sex? I don't know. It just seems weird to me, but we'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, guys, that's all I have for this particular video. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Love the support. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.